Hey everybody, it's Ryan, your Smokeout host for the Smokeout Post again. As I said in my review for the Totally Wicked Titan, I'm going to show you a real quick mod. Shouldn't take you much more than maybe 10 minutes. I'm sure I'll be editing this in the interest of time, so you aren't just watching me sit and fiddle with things for a while. Anyway, what this modification does is it basically removes all of the polyfill from the cartridges that you might order, and you just replace that with one little cover made out of screen, basically pipe screens. Um, Now, I did learn this trick from Strict9 over at the e-cigarette forum at e-cigarette.forum.com. Anyway, he calls it the brass screen mod because he started with brass screens. They're a lot easier to work with. Some people worry about leaching and things like that. I don't think it's actually going to happen, but if you want to take a little more time, you can use the stainless steel as well. Anyway, let's get into it. And basically we start out with just an empty cartridge. It's one that I ordered from Totally Wicked as well. And we pull her out, pop off that rubber cap, try to grab the polyfill in there. It just pulls right out, so it's empty now. Now if you wanted, you could clean that. I don't think there's any reason to when it's fresh out of the package. And I will work with brass, again, out of interest of time. It's more malleable, you can bend it a little easier. So basically what we do here is we pull out two of these little pipe screens. And I think that's just one there, yep. And there's another one. And I am using the Titan cartridge for this, the 510 cartridge. Kind of an irregular shape and a little small, so what I like to do is just shorten up the size of this, I guess the diameter of this pipe screen here for at least one of them. So I made it a lot smaller there. And then I take it and I snip it about halfway up if I can. These are old junky scissors, which you should probably use because they might ruin your scissors. And then I take my bigger one and I'm going to shorten that one up just a little bit too, not as much. And I'm doing this so that it fits more easily into our cartridge later on, because when you leave it the full size, it can be tricky to actually fit down into the cartridge. Again, we'll snip it right about halfway. Maybe a little bit less. You can see that there, hopefully. And then, some people use pen caps. I just realized you can just use the end of a pen as well. But you basically just want to start forming it into a cone shape, or funnel, whatever you want to call it. So I just bend that flap in and then just start working it into a cone shape. Sorry if you can't see this, this is kind of small. Alright, so basically I have a tiny little cone there with an open end. And then I'll take my bigger one. This is where the pen can come in handy sometimes. So I'm going to open that. And we'll wait to use that, but basically you just start doing the same thing with the bigger one. You want to make it kind of tight because it does have to fit down into that cartridge. And keep working it. Some people like to use 3 layers. I think at least on this cartridge it's a little too small to fit 3 screens in there. So basically, and then you use this to kind of tighten it up a little bit on the end of the pen. Maybe flatten the tip down. And basically you end up with a little multi-layered funnel or cone right there. Then all you want to do is just make sure it's small enough that it can slide down into your cartridge. So you just put it down in there. And you just work it in there. Now one thing you want to be sure of, if you can see that right there, it's sticking out of the top a little bit. If you left it like that and just shoved it in, it'd probably crush your atomizer down. So what I like to do, and sometimes this makes it not really a point, which I've found doesn't really matter, is take my pen and I shove it down a little bit, and a little bit more, a little bit more, until it's packed in there pretty nice and tight. I'd say maybe a 1/4 of an inch down. Oh, there we go. And then you've got your screen just packed in there. So basically that leaves the entire cartridge open and free for liquid to just sitting there. So now we'll take our liquid out. I've got the coffee out here. I haven't used it in a while. I got addicted to the Hilton for a bit. And I still am, but now I'm out. I'm waiting on more to come in. And Totally Wicked's delivery is outstanding, so I'm sure I ordered it today. I'm guessing it'll be here in just about 3 days. And so we're going to drip it in there. You want to hold it at about a 45-degree angle and drip it right into the corner. And this does hold about between 9 and 12 drops, depending on the liquid you're using. Sometimes the thicker liquids will kind of get stuck on top. I've found if you hold it at the end and kind of shake it down like that, it just goes right through. What's cool about it is it goes into the cartridge, but it really doesn't come back out. So I'm going to keep dropping that in there. I lost count already, but I think we're around 6 or 7. 8. It looks like this one's gonna get held up right around 8, but still it's many more than you can fit into a regular a cartridge with polyfill in it. And then got my battery charging there and the charger, and obviously should be charged a little bit longer, but just to show you guys, I will unscrew her and take this cartridge and slide it into my atomizer, and hopefully I judged it right and it doesn't crush it. So you want to be kind of careful when you're sliding it in. I think mine might be just maybe a millimeter too high up, so I'll fix that later, but right now it's okay. And you're all set. So now it's got, you know, a good maybe 9 drops in there. Lasts very long, and still vapes just perfectly. And I noticed with this camera, it's kind of hard to really see the vapor when you're watching it later, but that's okay. You can just take my word for it, I guess. And another great thing is it literally will suck the entire cartridge dry. I'm not sure exactly how it doesn't, why fluid doesn't get stuck down in the bottom there, but it will use up all of the liquid that's in your cartridge, which is really nice. Makes refilling, cuts down on your refilling time by about half. And it tastes great. I don't really enjoy the flavor that the polyfill really gives off in the pre-filled cartridges. So this just completely gets rid of that. You don't taste any metallic flavor or anything like that, and it's just pure liquid flavor. So I just want to show you that quickly. Again, that was invented by Strict9 over at the e-cigarette forum. Got to give them some props on that. It's a great modification. Stay tuned. I'm sure we'll bring some more mods pretty soon here. Alright, you guys take care. Bye.